Pancake America, this is Tracy Brown coming to you today. What's today's date? March 4th. March 4th, 2015. Okay, so how many requests can I get on Sister Wives? How many people? How many requests can I get on Sister Wives? And now I have regret not doing Sister Wives because the finale aired and the whole reason for the divorce came out, right? But there are still some unanswered questions. So we know now why Mary, and I know I'm going to pronounce the name wrong, right? Because I don't watch the show, right? So I'm going to call her Mary, M-E-R-I, divorced her husband. She did it as a huge sacrifice to Robyn and her 3 kids. Because somehow or another, Robyn needs to be legally married because of something with her ex-husband who doesn't pay child support. Like, I don't really get that part, why Robyn needs to be legally married to save the kids. But apparently, Mary did it as a sacrifice to Robyn. Does Mary not have any kids, too? It doesn't really matter. So now, the other wives are afraid that this new divorce and new union with Robyn, which is not taking place yet, the marriage is not taking place yet, is going to affect them. Like, is Robyn going to be favored? There are a bunch of women in the same house. Somebody's going to get favored. Come on. In any case. So now we have some unanswered questions, even though we know the reason why. We still are like, will Robyn and Kody get married? Although I think they will. Like, I don't think you need to be a psychic to understand that, yeah, they'll get married. Will Robyn be favored amongst all the other women? Will she? Because we've changed the whole dynamic of Sister Wives then. Like, the whole dynamic changed. Like, whenever somebody comes into my room, I'm always like, when the energy changes, then we'll read it again. Well, this is a huge energy shift. And I have a funny feeling when you all come back, Sister Wives, it's going to be a hot mess. Will Robyn's husband, who the public hates for some reason, I don't know why you guys hate him, but apparently the public hates him. They think he's a jerk. He does not pay child support. And will he relinquish fatherhood over to Kody? And Janelle, the number 2 wife, she's the one that's like really concerned about, you know, favoritism and blah, 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 blah. Because, and then if you're the legal wife, which Mary was the first wife, and she's legally bound, and if something happens to Kody, Mary takes care of the rest of the family. But now Robyn will become the legal wife, because I guess the others aren't legal. I guess you can't be legal in America. But you can have one legal wife. It's confusing to me. I mean, it's not that confusing, but it's confusing. But it's not that confusing. Like, I'm not stupid. I get it. But it's confusing at the same time. So the question is, will Robyn and Kody truly get married? Although I think it would be good for ratings if they did get married. So I think they will. But the issue more is about Robyn's husband. Will Robyn's husband continue to be a jerk? And that's not what I don't know if you're a jerk, Robyn's husband. I'm not going to call you out like that. That's what the people are saying. The peoples are calling you a jerk, not me. And will he ever pay child support? And will he ever relinquish his children, give up his parental rights to Kody? I'm going to pick this one because this one just stood out. All right, Sister Wives. I guess I have to watch the show now. Apparently it's really juicy. Oh, and by the way, if you ever read the book, The Red Tent, I don't know who it's by, but I'll post it, who it's by, The Red Tent. It sounds just like The Red Tent. Really does. Sounds exactly like the book, The Red Tent. So read it. You're gonna, if you like Sister Wives, you're going to love the red tents. Trust me on that. There are 3 different points to settle. Everybody's emotions need to be fluid. I don't quite think the marriage is going to take place as fast as we all would think. Apparently, to save the children, I don't think it's going to go down that fast. To be honest with you, there's somebody sneaky in the bunch. Very, very sneaky. At first, I thought it was Robyn's husband, but it's actually one of the women. I'm telling you, people, read the red tent. This is what this shit is about. It's actually one of the women. One of the women is going to kind of create havoc amongst the other women. Hold on. I like it when Christ shows. There you go. That's Christ. And the other thing in the corner, that's Mother Mary holding Christ. This divorce creates a lot of confusion. I don't know how many wives Kody has. But I get confusion amongst the women, and then confusion amongst the children, particularly one of the oldest children. One of the oldest groups of children. The oldest groups. I think this situation happened so fast that it just took everyone by surprise. Kody's gonna act like he's just oblivious to the problems. Is that the way he acts in the show? Because he's just gonna act like that's their problem. I'm not getting in the middle of it. I do see the women trying to work together, trying to hash things out amongst the confusion. I really do. Somebody in the bunch gets morbidly sick. Really, really sick. This shakeup is too much. It's so weird that this is an unusual circumstances, and yet it's a circumstance that everyone got used to. Does that make sense? It's like being in prison, and then the prison doors open, and you're like, wait, I'm just going to stay in prison because I don't know anything else. So this circumstances makes one of the women morbidly sick. You should hear about it in between now and the next 4 months. She cannot handle this change. I don't know the sign of any of the men between Kody and Robyn's husband. But if this is Kody, he's a rock. But I don't think it's Kody. I think it's the husband who is going to start screaming and yelling loudly. Like he should start saying things like, interviews or something to that effect about how he feels about everything. He is a force to be reckoned with, Kody. So, good luck with that. Good luck with this change that you invited into your house, because it just doesn't feel like it's going to work to everyone's advantage. I do feel like the Robyn's husband will get what he wants. I feel like he is going to get what he wants. I feel like that there's some bargaining too. This is Kody's husband getting what he wants, because I believe this is Kody's husband. I also feel like there's some bargaining too on offer that is on the table. And I do feel like in order for this to happen, it involves money or a position on the show. Like, it's like, well, I'll give you this, but you have to give me this. Like he's selling his own children, basically. By the way, the children are not coming into this. So I think Robyn's children are very, very secure. I have to say, I do believe that she's a good mom, because the children do not show up in this as a crisis. Okay? I do feel like there's an offer coming. And then there's some fighting words. I feel like the offer is coming from the husband. And then there are some fighting words, particularly, I don't see Robyn as a strong hold here. I think Mary is going to continue to be the boss. Seriously. And I think she's the one that's going to have these intimate conversations with Kody about what to do with Robyn and her husband. I do believe that Robyn's going to be in on the meetings, but I do feel like Mary will continue to be the boss in the house. It does look like it's easier for them to accept Robyn's husband's, I don't know his name, by the way, offer. It does look like it. And then all of a sudden, negotiations shut down. Nothing happens. Ultimately, yes, Robyn and Kody do get married. This is a marriage card. This is a marriage card. This is for the sake of the family. That ultimately they kind of do have to move forward with the marriage. I just don't see it happening right now. What did I say before? Did I say it could happen in 4 months? Somebody gets sick in 4 months and the marriage could happen in 4 months. I don't know when they go back to taping, but it'll definitely wrap around the taping. Scripted. Planned. It's reality TV. There is a woman holding money. There is a generous gift being offered. And there is hard work involved. What does this mean? Balance comes to the family after the marriage. Balance comes to the family. Oh, Kody. How fertile are you? Somebody else gets pregnant in this. I think Robyn gets pregnant. Oh dear. I think Robyn gets pregnant. Oh dear. I think the marriage occurs and then Robyn gets pregnant. And then you'll see the favoritism. Robyn will be much loved. He really, really does like Robyn for some, not for some bizarre reason. I'm just saying he really, really does like Robyn. Robyn, you're going to get pregnant. And if you get pregnant, all havoc will break loose in the house. I mean it. This is somebody literally runs away, walks out, leaves. One of the wives, she's like, I'm not doing this. And she just leaves. Okay, I don't know how to end this because I don't watch Sister Wives, but I will catch up with Sister Wives once I can figure out how to U-turn it, download it. And I hope this makes sense to everyone else. Thank you guys for always tuning into my channel. Subscribe to me. Call me for your own personal readings at 818-985-2010. Join me at Pop Culture Psychic. And listen to me on my Blog Talk Radio. Okay? On Saturdays at 12 noon. I'll post it. Take it easy. Bye.